Welcome to a little corner of consciousness, where we embark on this journey of consciousness expansion together, one coherent step at a time. On a little corner of consciousness, we explore coherence, expansion, and frequency as we move deeper into our wholeness together. I'm your host, Stephanie Ablett. Welcome to the show. Hello, my lovely listeners. Welcome back to another episode of A Little Corner of Consciousness. I'm your host, Stephanie Ablett. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you for joining again. Thank you for your support by being here. It means a lot. Today, this week, I want to talk about the choice I made to go to a week-long Dr. Joe retreat. And I'd like to talk about how it all unfolded. And I haven't even been to the event yet. And it's not so much about the event itself, but what is happening through me by following the guidance I was given to go to this specific retreat. So, every day I meditate for at least an hour. I listen to Dr. Joe Dispenza's meditations, and I allow myself to basically connect with God. I allow God to flow through me. I move into the quantum field, and I allow myself to be guided. I allow myself to follow voices or visions or whatever comes in whatever way it unfolds for me in the meditation. At this point, now that I am about 10 years more into doing, daily hour-long meditations, I feel that I can easily move into a space where I am deeply diving into the quantum field and allowing myself to be consciousness alone. And so when I move myself into the quantum field, I am releasing the shell that is my body and allowing myself to expand into the openness that is my consciousness. And in that space, I am moving and flowing freely in the blackness that is the quantum field. And when I'm there, I consciously say hello to God. And every time I feel this warmth, this connection, this buzz and burst of energy through my physical body. And I know that I am getting a response from the field, from God, from being in the field with God. And so a few months ago, I had a meditation, and I'll first say that I had plans to go to a different event, to go to a different workshop from a different person. I had every intention of going to one and was making plans to save up for one. And then I was in meditation and I saw myself at a Dr. Joe retreat. And I had this knowing that I was meant to go to one this year in 2026. And I have wanted to go to a Dr. Joe retreat for many years. I have close friends that have been, and they've told me so many stories. And I, have been doing his meditations for many years and have had life-changing experiences, consciousness expanding experiences that have changed my life just by doing the meditation. So I have been super excited to actually go to a retreat. And so I got this vision of being at a Dr. Joe retreat, which came completely out of nowhere, which means that it is not my mind, it is the field feeding me information and telling me this is going to happen. And so I chose to dive into that. I chose to accept that I was meant to go to a Dr. Joe retreat this year. And so I found that the May retreat was going to be the one. And everything began to unfold from there. I booked the time off of work and I said, I'm not 100% certain that this is going to work, but I'm pretty sure that I am meant to be going to this. So I'm going to book this time off of work and we'll see what happens. That's basically what I said. And then it just all started to unfold. I chose to believe, because this was a vision given by God, that everything that I needed for it was going to unfold just as it needed to, in perfect timing, supplying me with everything that I needed in order to make it happen, in order for it to happen, not to make it happen, in order for it to happen. And that is what happened. And on top of that, I chose to use Dr. Joe's practice of tuning into new potentials and creating the event as a new potential, writing out my intentions for it, knowing the feeling of being there. And after a week of doing the tuning into new potentials with the Dr. Joe retreat as a potential, it all started coming together. And I realized it was absolutely possible for me to get to this retreat. And so here we are, a week away from the retreat. And I will tell you now what is happening, that I've said yes to this event, that I have followed a vision by God and have chosen to say yes to a greater vision for myself. This last week has been so intense in the most stunningly beautiful way. And I have been seeing and feeling and experiencing intense activations within myself, expanding my energetic field, expanding my level of ability to hold energy in my body. And it's hard to explain, but the way that I would put it is that I am being fed energy by my future self, who has been to the retreat, who is readying me for what I am about to experience at the retreat. That's the only way that I can explain it. And that is what the knowing within me says. In certain clarity, in certain resonance within my body, the knowing that I am being fed information, intelligence through light and energy into my body, shifting me now to prepare me for what is to come at the event. And it continues to deepen and broaden and expand every day, leading me up to this retreat. And it just feels like such beautiful, wonderful, divine unfolding. That when you say yes to something that you are deeply called to do, you are supported on every level for it to unfold in your reality. This is confirmation that Dr. Joe's work indeed works and really unfolds in the most beautiful, complex, and simple ways. So is there something that you have been called to that you have yet to say yes to? And can you choose to believe in yourself, believe in something greater, and to believe that something greater is guiding you and knows a higher vision for you? Can you trust it? Can you say yes? Can you dive into the unknown and allow the unknown to show you how supported, how loved, how miraculous you truly are? Our reality is not what it seems. We are consciousness first in some kind of matrix simulation, believing that we are a physical body, undoing the conditioning that has been put on us through our lifetime. We are going through something absolutely incredible at this time, and it is showing us how to remember ourselves as divine creation. So what choice can you make that is going to lead you somewhere unknown and probably spectacular? Can you choose to say yes anyways, even though your body may want to freak out, even though your mind will tell you everything horrible that could possibly unfold? Can you choose to instead believe in that vision, that knowing, that assurance that lives deeper within you, that wants to give you a greater vision for your life, that wants to lead you to the divine unfolding of yourself with a capital S in this lifetime? I encourage you to dive deeper. Ask more questions if you need to. Let your greater self give you more clarity if needed. And the way to trust your intuition, to trust your vision, to trust the inner voice you hear, however your messages come to you, knowing that it is for you, knowing that it is from something greater, is by feeling into the resonance of truth that is coming from the core of you. It doesn't reside in the brain. It comes from the heart. It resonates directly with the heart. It opens and expands your heart and shows you that your body actually is in a full, expansive yes in that moment, that it knows the truth, that it is able to feel outside of time. Try not to let yourself get caught up in the mind, in the games within the mind, in the constant repeating visions of the past, all the reasons why you shouldn't do what it is that you're being guided to do, to instead trust in the unknown. Trust that the unknown is where the miracles happen. And that when you are given something so vivid, so clear, that you can see it, you can feel it, you can experience it, that is a future potential that already exists and you are tapping into it. You are consciousness first, not a human that has consciousness. You exist outside of this 3D reality. You exist on all planes, in all bodies, in all fields of existence, through all dimensions. This reality is an illusion. So let's choose to let something greater guide us to the life that we are meant to live, not be a prisoner of our conditioning and of our past. I will keep you guys posted about how this unfolds, and I will definitely have lots to say after the event. And I'll share it all. But I just wanted to dive into this miraculous outside of time experience that is happening in my life right now. That this event is not just an event that I'm going to. It is a key moment in my life that has ripple effects that are in the future and rippling to me in the past. I am experiencing sensations, activations, things from the future now that is readying me for the intensity of what is to come from this event. And I think that is pretty freaking exciting. That is the stuff that I am here for. Time bending, reality bending, illusion bending, construct dissolving experience as consciousness, energy, light, and divinity, as we all are. I love you so much. Thank you so much for listening. I will see you in the next episode. Hello, lovely listeners. Thank you so much for giving your time and energy to this episode of A Little Corner of Consciousness. Now that you have received this transmission, give yourself time to ground it in. Allow it to land in your body and to move through your body. Let the energy move through your centers to your root and down into the earth. Bring it all the way down into the center of the earth. And let the transmission become grounded, rooted, and embodied. And if you enjoyed this episode, please share. Please leave a review. Please download, follow the show. Help me to reach more individuals. And if you'd like to learn more about my work, visit stephanieablett.com. I'm sending you so much love. Until next time.